Good morning, students. Welcome back. Yes, we were on lesson 8, this singing lesson. We had done, I think, two parts already. One, in the first part, I had given you all a brief summary of this chapter. The second part, we had completed till page number 92, second paragraph. You all have your books. Please do take out your books. At the same time, take your books out. So I will start from page number 92, your third paragraph. Okay. Now we had reached the point where this particular singing teacher, Miss Meadows, was in a deep state of depression after receiving a letter from her to-be husband calling off their marriage. This is tragic news for a girl, and you can just understand the mental trauma she is going through at this present moment. Yet she has come to school, attending her classes, trying to do her best, but every time she is trying to go ahead with life, she is going back to this tragic incident, to the receiving of the letter telling her that the marriage is being called off, right? I feel more and more strongly that our marriage would be a mistake. Now this is the letter, this is the wordings of her to-be husband, that is her fiancé, in which he has stated, in which he has very clearly written what? I is the boy there. I feel more and more strongly, that is, he has this firm conviction that our marriage would be a mistake, and he is telling her that if they got married, it is going to be a mistake. Now marriages are not mistakes, they are lifelong commitments. So here he has come to know something in his heart, and he has, before he can commit himself, before he could get married, he is calling it off. That's a wise decision by him, you may know that. Okay, not that I do not love you, and he explaining more now. He is telling her, it's not that I don't love you, it's got to do nothing with love. Okay, I love you as much as it is possible for me to love any woman. So he is saying that it is not the question of loving you. I love you as much as I can love any other woman. So that is not a factor. So love is not a factor for him calling off the marriage. But truth to tell, I have come to the conclusion that I am not a marrying man. So he is wanting to tell her the truth. So it's not the question of love. Basically, he has now realized he is not a man to get married. You have these men who like to live a carefree life, not being tied down with a family. And he is stating this, that he has realized, even though it's quite too late, that he is not the marrying man. That is, he cannot be committed to any firm relationship, committed to a family, committed to a wife, committed to be tied down. And he is, before he can commit himself, he is telling her this. Okay, I'm not a marrying man, and the idea of settling down fills me with nothing but meaning pride. So he is saying, and this idea of getting tied down in a marriage fills me with fear, with fright of the future. And because of that fear and fright of the future, being a married man, he is now deciding to call it off. And the word disgust was scratched out. Now nothing but, after but, if you look down there, he had written a word that is disgust. So fills me with disgust, he has emphasized. And for some reason, he has taken the pen and cut out that particular word, that is disgust. Okay, and the word disgust was scratched out lightly. Okay, and regret written over the top. So he had cut out disgust, you could clearly read it, but still, and on top of disgust he had written another word, and the word was regret. So the line would be reading like, what would the line be? I have come to the conclusion that I am not a marrying man, and the idea of settling down fills me with nothing but regret. This is what he wanted her to know. Anyway, Basil Now the boy's name was Basil. Okay, Basil. Miss Meadows stalked over to the piano. Stalked is walked very firmly, and Mary Beasley, who was waiting for this moment, bent forward. Her curls fell over her cheeks while she breathed, and the girl who was a pet, who led the choir, who led the singing lesson every day, was waiting for the usual Miss Meadows. Today she's not the usual self, and she was lost in these thoughts, disturbed thoughts, and this girl is waiting for her teacher to come and start the lesson. Okay, and here she comes now. Good morning, Miss Meadows. And now this girl, that is Beasley, wishes her teacher a very good morning, and she motioned towards, rather than handed to her mistress, a beautiful yellow flower. This little ritual of the flower had been gone through for ages and ages, quite a term and a half. So the girl would be sitting beside the piano, the ma'am would come, take her position. Before the class could start, this Beasley girl would hand her ma'am, because she was a pet, a flower. And today she was waiting for the same thing. Like the teacher would come, introduce the class, and in front of everyone, she would give her ma'am this particular flower. So eventually it did happen. Okay, the little ritual, and this particular ritual, that is this sequence of events, was every day in the sense that every day, not every day exactly, but every singing class the same thing happened. Okay, it was as much part of the lesson as opening the piano. It meaning this handing over of the flower was a ritual, every class this had to take place. But this morning, instead of taking it up, instead of tucking it into her belt, while she leaned over Mary and said, now every time the teacher would take the flower and put it somewhere on her dress, every time, and she would look more attractive. But today she just took that flower, like lost in thoughts, okay, tucking it into her belt while she leaned over Mary and said, thank you, Mary, how very nice. Turn to page 30. Now she did not give this ritual any importance today, and she just took the flower, and without any feelings she talks to Mary and she says good morning, whatever, and she tells them to turn to this particular page where they would be practicing this song today, page 32. So the class was told to turn to page number 32. That was Mary's horror when Miss Meadows totally ignored the flower, made no reply to her. Now Mary was expecting a good morning and taking the flower, putting it in the dress, but nothing like this happened. She was stern, lost in thoughts, not bothered about the flower, but said in a voice of ice, page 14 please, and mark the accent well. So instead of taking out the page that they were supposed to do today, that is 36 or something, she instructed the class to take out page number 14. And this was a surprise for Mary. Mary was not. Okay. Staggering moment, Mary blushed like put on a feeling of shyness, until the tears stood in her eyes. But Miss Meadows was gone back to the music stand. Her voice rang through the music hall, and Miss Meadows was not her usual self today. She did not interact much with Mary. Mary saw that something is wrong. She was like half in tears, about to cry, looking at the condition of her teacher. Teachers not giving her importance. Anyway, Miss Meadows very sternly told the children to open number page 14, and then she went to the music stand. Page 40, we will begin with page 14. Very, very much unexpectedly, she announces to the class that they would be rehearsing page number 14 today. A lament, and this song was a lament. A lament, like in poetry also we have elegy, odes, lament also. Lament is a song of sorrow, distress, where you've expressed your feelings of sadness. So because she was sad, because she was under tension, distressed, she decided to take a new song or another song today. Okay, lament. Now, girls, you ought to know it by this time. And then she tells the class that, see, this particular song, lament, the music was a lamenting thing, and they have done it, they have practiced it, and so she announces to the class that you all have done it, practice it, so it's not going to be a struggle today, it's not going to be something new today. Okay, we shall take it all together, not in part. And but she changes the and says we will do the song all together, not in bits and parts. Okay, it all together, not in parts, all together, and without expression. And said today, like last time we learnt it with expressions, with feelings. Today I want you all to put on feelings of lament. Only one feeling. You all have got to have sad faces, depressed faces, and sing with that emotion of sadness in your heart. Okay, so sing it through quite simply beating time with the left hand. She raised the baton, that is, she raised the stick like this, and she warned the children. She tapped the music stand twice. This was an indication to start. Okay, down came Mary, and as she gave the signal to start, Mary, who was leading the group on the piano, began to play her chords. Down came Mary on the opening chord. Music is given in chords. Down came all those left hands beating the air in chime, those young mournful voice, and other accomplishments were also there. Other girls were on different instruments, and with the striking of the note, others also began to play their respective instrument along with the girls who were singing. This was the song. I can't sing it to you all, but I will read it to you all. Okay. Fast are to fast, fade the ruse of pleasure. Don't ask me to explain it. There has no meaning. Fast are to fast, fade the roses of pleasure. Okay. Soon autumn yields unto we winter dearer. Fleety are fleety music gay measure. Passes away from the listening ear. Now, if you look at the rhyming scheme, the first line is like poetry, is rhyming with the third line. The second line is rhyming with the fourth line. We only have these 4 lines here. There are other lines, other stanzas also. So I'll do it once again. Fast are to fast, fade the roses of pleasure. So she's trying, the song of lament is saying that these roses, when they grow, when they come out, they fade away very fast. Now they are so attractive, so beautiful when they are in full bloom, but yet within a couple of days they began to fade away. Soon autumn yields unto winter dear. And then the song says that within a short time autumn will turn to winter. Flowers bloom during the autumn break. Winter so severe, so cold that flowers don't grow there. Okay. So soon autumn yields unto, meaning soon autumn will change to winter. Fleety, oh fleety music gay measure. And this gay or the happiness that is experienced during the time of autumn will soon pass away. Passes away from the listening ear. We'll no longer get this particular pleasure that we get from the months in autumn. Good heavens. Now she continues. What could be more tragic than that lament? Now this song is saying everything. The heart of Miss Meadows was something like the song. Every note was a sigh. Sigh is when you take a deep breath. Sob. Every note was taking a sigh, taking a sob, like siski, you say in Hindi. A groan. Groanful is painful sound of awful mournfulness. Miss Meadows lifted her arms in the wide gown and began conducting with both, very unnaturally, like the teachers wear gowns, right? And Miss Meadows began to, she picked up her hand, and this is how you conduct a choir. With both hands she is conducting the choir, but she is not focusing. Her mind is still very, very much disturbed. So Miss Meadows lifted her arms in the white gown and began conducting with both hands. I feel more and more strongly that our marriage would be a mistake. And she is conducting the choir, doing the song, but the words of her to-be husband are ringing in her mind, and she is conducting. And what is on her mind? I feel more and more strongly that our marriage would be a mistake. These words are ringing in her ears. She beat, and the voice cried fleetly fleetly. What could have possessed him to write such a letter? And she is concentrating on the song, but at the same time, the wordings of those letters are time and again coming back to her. And she's asking herself, what could be the reason why this love of her life is calling off their relationship? So we'll do up till here today. As I said, we are just going very slowly so that I want you to understand really well. Okay, so we'll do up to page number 93. In the next video, the follow-up video, we will continue from page 93. Good day. God bless.